Pressure Design build hydraulic production machines for industry.
Help to maintain coring machines. The core probe is a consumable and will require replacing from time to time. Follow step-by-step advice on how to replace the core tube. The abrasion of heavily compacted wool will cause wear on the core tube and its supporting bearings. Wear on the core tube and bearings can be minimised by placing the bale as square as possible onto the coring table. Maintenance work should only be undertaken by a competent person. In order to change a core tube, it is necessary to temporarily disable some of the safety features of the machine. First, erect a barrier around the machine to prevent unauthorised access. Tools required to change the probe are the C-spanner normally supplied with the machine, a 6mm and a 10mm Allen key, a 46mm open-ended or ring spanner, and a 36mm thin open-ended spanner. Additionally, hacksaw and file, pliers, screwdriver, things normally carried in a maintenance fitter's toolkit. Before starting, have to hand a replacement core tube kit comprising inner and outer core tubes, a nozzle and a full set of bearings.
Front bearing, the middle bearing, 2 rear bearings.
Select manual operation. To change the core tube, disable the Bale detector reflectors to enable the core tube to be operated under power. Extend the core tube and always isolate the machine before entering the coring area.
To isolate the machine, simply turn the switch to the off position and pull this lever forward.
Remove the core cutter. Remove the core tube nozzle. The core inner tube is then exposed and can be removed and passed through the coring anvil. Remember to remove the anvil fixing bolt. If the inner tube cannot be removed, it can be cut through with the main tube. Withdraw the clamps. Cut the core tube through as close to the core head as possible.
Remove all the sharp edges.
Extend the clamps under power. Fully retract the core under power. Remember to isolate the machine again before continuing.
Next job is to remove the back end using a 6mm Allen key to undo these bolts here. To use a 10mm Allen key to slacken these 4 bolts here to enable the probe to come fully out. Remove these 2 bolts using a 36mm spanner to hold the shaft and a 46mm spanner for the bolts. Never use a pipe wrench on here.
In the same way. Remove the yoke and remove the probe.
It's now time to replace the bearings, starting with the rear split housing bearing.
Remove the bearing.
Clean the housing before placing in new bearing. Simply, this is the middle bearing.
The middle bearing is the most difficult to extract, but can be prized out with screwdriver and pliers.
Remove this bearing. You need to locate the slit in the bearing and remove it.
Not an easy process.
Thoroughly clean the inside.
Fit a new bearing.
Squeeze the bearing and make sure it clicks in.
Now time to attend to the front bearing. The back cutter nut and back cutter should be removed to expose the bearing.
Remove the front bearing, taking care with the cutter.
Using a piece of bale wire with a hook shape formed, thoroughly clean the inside of the tube out.
Sure the tube is thoroughly cleaned.
Replace the nut with a new cutter, ensuring to place some copper slip on these threads.
Replace the nozzle, which aids at reassembly, and push the probe through, taking care to align. Take care to line the hole in the probe with the air pipe. Tighten all the nuts.
Bearing block. Turn the machine on. Bring your clamps back and your cutter and bring the new probe forward.
I'll replace the inner tube.
What you've got to do first, if it's a new inner tube, you've got to place it in with the air holes the wrong way round. Slide it to the back of the probe, and you measure from this edge of the probe 37mm and mark the inner tube.
Cut off any excess length.
Deburr the inside and outside.
Withdraw, reverse and refit the inner tube with the holes at the nozzle end. Refit the nozzle. Refit the core cutter. Withdraw the probe, remove the Bale detector covers and barriers.
Ready to go.